So a easy way to understand layers is basically layers are invisible sheets of paper like this here that cover the canvas that you can draw on, color on, or whatever. Now, drawing on separate layers makes it easier to adjust your drawings. So let's just say I draw the foreground on this layer, and then I draw the background on this layer right here. So now that I have it separated, I can simply edit the background. If I mess up, I can erase, I can do whatever, and not mess with this layer, the foreground layer. And so that is one of the advantages of the layering system. So tip number one, how do you add a layer? Well, you go down here, it's this rectangle with a plus symbol, and you just hit that, bam. And I just added a new layer. Now tip number two is to change your layer order. And you can simply do that by just clicking and holding, and you can move it up and down, up and down. And what this does is, depending on the order that you have it in, like I can move this up here, and you see how that changed? Move this up there, and you see everything changes. So the third tip is going to be how to change your layer opacity. All you have to do is simply click on the layer that you want to change the opacity, and then you have this bar right up above top of your layers. And it's usually going to say 100%. And as you see, it says opacity when you hover over it. And you simply just take that and adjust it to whatever opacity you want it at. So the next one is going to be duplicating a layer. So to do that, you simply click on the layer that you want to duplicate. You go up to the top of the program, you hit layer, scroll all the way down, duplicate layer. And now your new layer is now layer 13 copy. Next up is going to be how to combine your layers. So what you want to do is, within the layer window, we're going to go all the way down, and it's going to say merge with layer below, and you want to click on that, merge with layer below. It's right here. Click on that and it merges with it. Now the next one is to flatten the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top toolbar up here where it says layer. We're going to click on layer. We're going to go all the way down to flatten image. I'm going to click on that, and it flatten the image. If you look over here to my layer window, it puts every single thing on one layer. Every single thing on one layer. The next tip is going to be to name your layer. Now you may be asking yourself, why would I want to name my layer? Well, if you're an artist and you work with a lot of layers, then when drawing, you're going to get confused on what layer is what. So then you need to name it. So to name a layer, all you need to do is click on the desired layer that you want to name. You can double tap on it and you can simply type in whatever. So we'll just say this is the head. Done. And then this layer is called the head. Now here's a pro tip. A pro tip is to kind of color coordinate. So like if you don't want to type in all of your layers, type in what it is, you can simply have a color for each body part or each of the sections, foreground, background, or whatever. You can have a different color. And how you change the color of the layer is you go up here to the top of the layer window, you click on change palette color. So I could change that to red. So now I know that whatever I have associated with red, that's the layer. I click off of there. I want to make this layer green, and so on and so on. Next up is going to be folders. Now you may ask yourself, why folders? Why do you need folders? Well, some people draw with so many layers that they need to organize those layers, because you only have so much real estate in this layer window, and you'll end up having to scroll. Like me, I don't have that. I don't think I have that many layers. But I can put these inside a folder. So how do I do that? You go all the way down to the bottom of the layer window, and it looks like a folder icon. It says new layer folder, and I click on that folder, and then I can add simply add stuff to that folder, I simply click on it and hold and move it into that folder. Now, once it's in that folder, you'll see that it's slightly to the right, and that's how you know it's inside of the folder. Now I can create another folder. I can drop it down there, and then so the advantage of having a folder is that you see the folder icon is open. Now if we click this arrow right here, now it's closed. And so now you're saving more space, and then we can simply double click that and we can change the name of the folder. Change it to head, and then there we go. So now we can more organize our layers and keep our layers organized so we do not get confused. So for more tips and tricks, subscribe to your boy. And as always, I'll holler at y'all next time. Believe that.